This is Sam from Uniondale, and you're tuning in to another edition of the Sam I Analyze Show. Folks, we've been blindsided. The feel-good story, The Blind Side. It's coming out. Michael Oher, who's been trying to tell us for a minute, don't believe the story. It's not all what it's all cracked up to be. Well, he's talking about it again. Years later, he's talking about it again. And sounds like he was blindsided. Let's analyze. Michael Oher has filed a lawsuit against his quote-unquote adopted family. He wasn't adopted. The Tuohys did not adopt him. That's what they're saying. That they did not adopt him. It was not real. It is false. Michael Oher, and when I heard this, I'm like, hold on. Let me analyze this. I'm like, Blindside. How long ago was The Blind Side? I had to do the math. 2009. 2023. The math. 14 years. So I said, what would make 37-year-old Michael Oher, who's now retired, I'm like, what would make him now? Why would he come out with this now? Why? The Blind Side, the movie, a movie of a white family saving the black kid in the ghetto, in the gutter, who has nothing going for him. I'm a sports analyst, not a movie critic, but I mean, I thought it was a little bit of roadkill. About, the guy was, he was sleeping in the bathroom in the park, and they kind of made him look like I don't know. He came out later like, this movie made me look dumb. This movie, in the sense of this movie, and I'm paraphrasing, this movie made me look like I didn't know what football was until Leon Tuohy put me on. Michael Oher said, no. So they say he's coming out now because he found out a few months ago. I don't know if he was on, what was the show back in college that everybody in the student center, shout out to my alma mater, shout out to Hofstra, my alma mater. What happened? What happened to Michael Oher? Let me make sure you're not seeing my business. Did Michael Oher, did he go to Maury and they pull out the envelope? Michael, you think you're the adopted child of the Tuohys? Negative. They are not your parents. So that's pretty much, he found out in February. I don't know what made him, nowadays everybody does these DNA things. I wouldn't do it. But people do those DNA and ancestry things and whatever it is. But anyway, he says, the Tuohys now, Tuohys have come out. They're fighting back. They're fighting back. They're like, yesterday they were looking like villains. And let's take a look how they were being vilified. They're being vilified because supposedly he was not adopted. Because they say at 18 years old he cannot be adopted. It was a conservatorship. And they're saying that this is all alleged, that Michael figured things out. Like, I don't know. He was like, I don't know if he was, doing his Inspector Gadget, or he got a hold of some information. But they're saying that the Tuohys, they saw an opportunity. They saw this kid was going places. not similar to what the story said. The story was, who's this big, 6'4", 6'5", gargantuan of a man, and I mean, the story makes it, that part of it didn't make any sense. Like, you're going to move him in with 2 of your kids, and you don't even know the kid from the street. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, but Leon and Sean Tuohy and the 2 children, supposedly for Blindside, received $225,000 for the film, along with 2.5% in residual checks over the years since the release of The Blind Side. And they're saying here in papers here, right? And this is what's being said. And the Tuohy family released a statement. But it's saying Michael trusted the Tuohys and signed where they told him to sign. The legal filming claims. What he signed, however, and unknown to Michael until after February of 2023, were not adoption papers or the equivalent of adoption papers. That's what they're saying. That's what they're saying. That's what Michael is, his team, I guess they're saying. And now the Tuohy's family attorney, Martin Singer, he released a statement that says the allegations about the family hurtful and absurd. He also says that this is a shakedown attempt by Michael Oher of the couple for $15 million. So here's the thing. You guys know I'm a journalist, right? And when you do the classes, I mean, I got the diploma right here. And it is what happened here is there always 2 sides to the story. And we don't know what happened. It's alleged. It's alleged. Here's the thing. I was shocked at first. I'm like, what's today? Why are we talking about this right now? And clearly, he found out in February that something wasn't adding up. 1 + 1 is not adding up. It's not adding up. He said 1 + 1 is not adding up. And Michael Oher was, and sometimes you feel something's not right. Maybe he said something's not right. I have to investigate. Maybe they said, we got paid, but hey, you got your football money. Don't worry about it. I don't know. And look, if they made the 2.5%, the movie grossed over 300 mils, whatever it is. Where's Michael's money? Because it made it look like they said supposedly the lawyer who represented him at the time of the book and everything, they were all for the Tuohys. So, look, I think we have to let this all play out. I think the movie itself, I know it was years ago, but I thought years ago, I'm like, wow, they're really making it Michael look like a dunce over here. What is football? Oh, okay. Like he didn't know what was going on, and and Leon Tuohy had to, who was played by Sandra Bullock, had to put him on and show him how to play ball. This makes more sense, though. Not saying that, we're going to see what happens, but this makes sense. Big black football player. Yeah, you could come in, move in with my son and daughter, and we'll take care of you out of the kindness of my own heart. I'm just saying, it makes sense. It doesn't sound crazy to me, But again, this is all alleged, but it kind of makes sense. Wow, this kid, he jumps off the page, before he's going to where to go, Ole Miss or whatever it is. I mean, this guy. he jumped off the screen. So again, this is all alleged. Here's the thing. It's sad because it was a great story on the screen, and it was a feel-good story. I liked the storyline, but I didn't like how, I'm like, it's not adding up to me. Especially the scene where he was like, "What's football?" Remember? It made him look like a Neanderthal, like a fool. I didn't like that. Come on. So we've been blindsided. Looks like Michael was blindsided. And if this is legitimately what happened, then you got to pay this guy. You got to give him his money. Period. The Tuohy's got to come off, and they gotta sign that check. If this is exactly what happened, you know, and look, you know, I joke around because I love the Mike Tyson WCW. Signed a contract. He was 18 years old. Trusting the adults in the room. He was 18 years old. So please don't blame Michael Oher, who was 18 years old, signing this. Well, you should know better. 18 years old. You know? So this is, I get it. And if this is they're saying, you know, it's hurtful, but at the end of the day, let's forget all this hurtful stuff. Let's see where's the money leading, and if there's any truth to this, because if this is true, the Tuohys are gonna look bad. I know they say it's a shakedown or whatever it is, but if Michael is due this money, they're gonna look bad. Now, someone else who people are trying to get at, and I'm in total disagreement. Sandra Bullock, take away her Academy Award, her Oscar for The Blind Side? Stop it. Stop it. She had nothing to do with this. She had nothing to do with this. Leave her alone, man. Leave her alone. She had nothing to do with this. You know? I mean, and this is, if this is what the Tuohys took advantage, and look, people have been taken advantage of it always happens, right? They say it happens all the time. I mean, this again, like I said, this makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. You know, 1 + 1 is adding up now. Now it's adding up. Before, I'm sitting here like, it's not adding up. Now it is. Now it makes sense. Again, two sides to the story. Actually, it's three, right? The accused, the accusers, and the truth. So, I mean, this is and oh, by the way, for the people, you know, when things like this do come out, I mean, Michael Oher is dropping a book. He was promoting it on GMA last week. He gets the quote of the day. "I will let the lawsuit speak for itself." That's what he said. Look, listen, this has to be hurtful for him. And Michael Oher, I'm gonna give him his kudos on his his promotion here. Michael Oher did come out with a book, is coming out with a book rather, When Your Back's Against the Wall. You know, oftentimes when I start seeing rumblings and things like that, I'm like, why is this coming out? I mean, obviously, retired or not, if he's due his money, he get his money, but this also puts him back in the limelight for the book. I mean, I'm just saying. Michael Oher is promoting a book. Okay, so I mean, this is messy, man, and I hope this is not all about the money, because I mean, this looks like, I mean, unless, I don't know if he hasn't been speaking to them in a while. I don't know, since February, if he was like, oh, this is what's going on. This is what's going on here. That's why I was invited to Thanksgiving back in the day. So we're gonna find out. We are going to find out. Yeah, we're gonna find out what happens. We will see. Now, as we close with our By the Way segment, folks, the Jets have finally got their guy. They got their guy, Dalvin Cook, another Pro Bowler. Does that make the Jets the prohibitive favorites to come out of the AFC? I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in. Folks, I am on social media, Facebook at SamIAnalyze, Instagram at SamIAnalyze, le Twitter at SamIAnalyze. Please like, subscribe, and you see that notification bell to the right. Please click on that. That will let you know the next time I drop another video. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, à tout à l'heure.